Welcome viewers to our first podcast going out on Iarmhi TV this year, and I'm joined tonight on our first one here in the Annebrook Hotel by Scor Iarmhi and the chairperson Olive Leonard. Olive, you're very welcome here.
And
we're going to speak about Scor, and you have the opportunity. You've been the chairperson, you're telling me, for the last 10 years. So come on, tell our viewers all about Scor. Tell us about the origins of it, some of the successes and whatever the Westmeath have had down the years.
Okay, well, that's a rough estimate, 10 years now. Chair of Scor. I succeeded George Hatton, who is from Mount Temple and served on the Scor committee for many years. And just to say, Scor origin, you could say it originated in Cork. A man from Fermoy called Derry Gavin was actually the founder of Scor, in that he ran a Scor competition in 1969 in Cork, and then he brought a motion to Congress which was passed to introduce this cultural side of the GAA every winter. And really at that time it would have been like for, in the quiet time, because winter was quiet back then, as you and I remember, Ray. And now it's busier. So at that time then, they introduced Scor, and Westmeath were really quick off the mark in respect of becoming Scor participants in the early 1970s.
And all of it start with adult level first of all, and then graduate to Scor and Nóg then? Or?
You're absolutely right. There was just one Scor originally, and then it graduated. There was Scor and Nóg was introduced. I would have to check the date, but maybe mid-70s.
Okay, well, came pretty close after anyway.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. And I myself would have performed in Scor now as a 10, 11, 12-year-old back then.
Very good. We won't show our age now.
No,
we are both pretty much the one vintage, so we won't let ourselves down here. Westmeath, you say, got involved in it at an early stage. Yeah. How many successes have we had, Leinster, All Ireland, or from the first one to the last one, or our most recent ones, or whatever?
Yeah. I don't have the exact number. We've had many, many successes across all codes. Here, Mullingar have been successful. Most, like up and down the county, Moat, Ballycamoyle, Bunbrusna, and we've had success in all of the competitions. And winners in Scor win an All Ireland medal, like winners at the All Ireland. And I have one here with me.
Right.
Will I?
Yeah,
take
we'll have a look, and we'll see. Can we zoom in and have a look at it for our viewers?
So this is an All Ireland medal. This one is for Trona Gesht in Scor and Nóg, and the holders of these. And there are a lot of young people and indeed older people in Westmeath who have All Ireland medals from Scor.
And you have a range of other trophies.
I just brought these along just for the camera. The one on my left there beside you, that's a Leinster quiz trophy made. I think these were probably made from stone facings. I think used to actually produce these. But this was Leinster 1990 question time. Delvin won that. My father was on it. That's his trophy. So that was that one. This one here is a Leinster medal, and this is for recitation actually. And again, it's a Leinster medal, and any hurler or footballer would be proud to have a Leinster medal, as indeed an All Ireland medal, and these are the real thing. Yeah,
just looking at them, they're the very, very same as what the players receive as well. So, it is part of the GA, the cultural side of it anyway. So it goes hand in hand that the medals are the same as across all codes as whatever.
And like at All Ireland Scor, they're presented by the Uachtaráin Common Lutla Scale. So it's such an honour, and the joy Scor has brought to many clubs over the years, in whether it's county final or even participating. Like there's people that you've met in Scor as a young person who you still are friendly with, you know, or you meet along the way, maybe when you go to college or that. I suppose no more than any GAA activity, you know, it's a family, and there is a Scór family. And certainly in the Westmeath strategic plan, you know, we are hoping to expand the number of clubs involved in Scór, the number of participants involved, and, you know, to extend that out. We've a good grounding. The pandemic broke the momentum, to be honest, and now we find our clubs are coming like with a fresh, like there's new people joining, because we've just running Scor and Nóg at the moment. We've 2 semi-finals just completed this weekend, and the talent was extraordinary.
Olive, how many clubs are participating in, we say, Scor and Nóg, first of all?
Yeah, well, about 14 I think we have this year. Now I'd have to do a final count on it, but that includes some of the ladies. So, you know, obviously this is open to all codes. So whether you're a handball club, rounders club, like we've had Ballinagore rounders in Scor, a football club, hurling club, you know. So once it's a
affiliated
GA
to the GA, that
affiliated
they can take
to the
part
GA,
of it.
Camogie club or ladies football can all participate.
And
in
what
Scor.
about the adult Scor, let's call it? Is there more clubs participating in that, or
mainly the same clubs, Ray? We would have a number of clubs who participate in Scor every year, and the challenge then is to extend that and to reach out to other parts of the county or other clubs in the county to participate in Scor. So that's, you know, really what we're working on at the moment.
And for people like myself who never really got involved in Scor, how many different competitions, you know, do you go through? Yeah,
8 competitions. And really, there's one for everyone in the audience, to be honest. We have 2 dancing competitions, figure dancing, set dancing. It's a great tradition of set dancing in Scor, in Westmeath. Insofar as in the Leinster counties, we would be really the strongest at that. Yeah, so, for example, the Downs, Bunbrusna would all have won Leinster titles, and indeed Bunbrusna have won All Ireland titles in set dancing in Scor, and that's both Scor and Nóg and Scor Sheenshire. Then we have solo singing and ballad groups. I'm sort of grouping them in you know, so you have solo singing and group singing. And again, really great success at both solo singing and group singing over the years. Mullingar Shamrocks, also Moat All Whites, have been very successful in ballad groups. Back the years, Rosemount. So it'd be lovely to get Rosemount back in. And I'm talking directly to Rosemount people now. Great success. We've had, so that's the solo singing ballad group. Then we have recitation, which is storytelling, and novelty act, or Learú, which is the sketch. And I think any club who wants to get children out into Scor put on some novelty act. The children absolutely love taking part in novelty act. They want that, young children. And then the other one then is instrumental music, and the instrumental music competition was really, really extraordinary this year in Scor and Nóg in the 2 semi-finals. And then we have the question time. So if you don't have dancing, you don't have singing, you can't act or tell a story, but you can answer a few questions there's
something there for everyone.
Something there for everyone. Yeah.
Look, I know a first cousin of mine, now deceased, the late Johnny Gavin, would have been part of, I think it's St. Malachy's question time team that won. He did.
And there is a trophy. The Johnny Garvin trophy is presented to the winners of the question time every year. Yeah. Like we have in Westmeath. So we have a number of trophies and cups who are presented in memory of those who have gone before us and were involved in Scor. And it's always a great pleasure for each club. You know, we have a club of the year as well. So the Tom McHale trophy and Tom McHale was from Athlone. Athlone, just when I mentioned them, would have had great success, and he was from Athlone. And indeed, Athlone won All Ireland question time in the very early days of Scór, with a very strong question time team. In those days, the question time was all on the stage. It's changed a little now. We have a table quiz initially, and then those who are successful, the first 3 from the table quiz, go through to the stage element on the stage. So that's the Tom McHale. The Club of the Year for Senior Scór is the Eugene Doherty Trophy, and that's my own father, and he was the chair of Westmeath Scór and Leinster Scór.
So all of you're following in great
following the
footsteps.
great footsteps, yeah.
I remember your dad. Dad down the years. Involved with hurling and down through the years when I was playing myself, and he'd both your brothers as well. But the Scór then as well. We seem to have a good history of the question time. Current member of the executive of Westmeath County Board, Aidan Walsh, was part of a St. Joseph's team
he was
very
indeed
successful.
Yeah, Aidan and Johnny Hannafy and Dick Stokes. And we lost Johnny Hannafy just in the last few years. He was the PRO of Scór, and it's just it was heartbreaking, because Johnny was just completely immersed in it, and he was so proud to hold an All Ireland medal. Yeah, as are they all. But yes,
it's a huge achievement to win an All Ireland medal. It's no different than being in Croke Park, and the whole thing of getting up in front of a crowd. It's it's a different side of the GA, but yet it's the same basics, same fundamentals. You've got to go out and perform at your best on a given day and a given night or whatever. So. It is a great competition. There's no doubt about it.
It's competition, but it's healthy competition, and it's great.
Come on, Rose. There must be the odd row in it as well, down from the judges and whatever.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, you never give out about a referee, do you? No, Ray.
Absolutely
never.
Not.
Yeah. So, just another. This year, as you know, the All Ireland Fla is in Mullingar again, and we've secured a slot on the gig rig. And what we're hoping to do is showcase the talent that is participating in Scór, and has this year and previous years. So open to all past and present.
And is that a new venture? Has that happened in any of the previous Flas or anything like that?
Not. I'm not saying there's been no Scór. I don't know in previous Flas whether the local Scór groups would get up, but I haven't seen it. And at our meeting recently, we discussed this, and we just feel it would be a huge opportunity for all of those who participate in Scór to come together. So we'll be looking at deciding what tunes to play, what songs to sing, what dances to dance, and we'll put that out to the clubs, let them practice locally, and then bring everybody together closer to the Fla.
And what will happen? Will you have a slot on some of the gig rigs or whatever? What's the plan on it? Do you know yet?
We've requested a slot on the main gig rig, and that's what we're hopeful of. So we've been confirmed that we will get a slot. Slots are a half an hour, so we'll have to produce, and direct a performance, across the entirety of the competitions in Scór. Yeah.
Right. And who will pick them, or have you any idea yet, or have you our plans in motion, or
we'll put it. We haven't really our plans in motion yet because it's just been confirmed to us. But what we will do is work through the clubs to prepare for it, and if they have tunes that we decide, we'll decide in advance. Hopefully in the next few weeks, because we'll need to get together maybe around the county final and decide what tunes, decide what songs, and then put to clubs, let them practice locally, and then come together before the Fla.
You were saying a few minutes back that you're at semi-final stage of Scor and Nóg. What way has the adult Scor competition started yet, or what way are they advanced? Or
Scor and Nóg is on now. Semi-finals this weekend just gone, and then in 2 weeks' time, the 26th of March, is our county final for Scor and Nóg. So Leinster, then there'll be Leinster semi-finals and Leinster final in April. The Leinster final will be in the Opera House, Wexford, the National Opera House in Wexford, and it is just second to none as a venue. It is stunning for both the audience and the participants. It's just the best facility. It's a long journey down to Wexford, but it's well worth it. It's absolutely brilliant. And then the All Ireland will be in the NEC in Killarney. Yeah. So that runs now. Then we have a break in the summer, and then autumn will bring Scór Sínsear, so senior Scór. So clubs can start preparing maybe around the flat time and afterwards for senior Scór. Getting
ready for it. So it's not a case that you can pick a champion or your competition winners, because the senior Scór is going to be after the Fleadh will be run here.
Yes, yeah, it'll be. We don't have dates, but we'll be looking at probably October, November time frame to start a senior Scór in the county.
That's a great opportunity for people now to showcase talent, because we remember the Fleadh here last year, and the huge crowds over there and the huge exposure. We're still seeing programmes on television about it. So hopefully it gives local talent a chance to be, get the exposure on national TV again and even throughout the world.
Absolutely. I think it's an opportunity, and it's an opportunity not to be missed when we do have the Fleadh here for the second year, So, all of that's good. We also have Scór na Páistí, so that's children, and Scór na Páistí runs in the schools. It's not encompassed by the GAA, but we as a Scór committee run this, and the teachers are fantastic actually, because they really run it themselves once you get it up and running. And this week, tomorrow the 14th and 15th of March, we have Scór na Páistí competitions running in 4 venues during the school day. So I understand we have approximately 20 schools participating from throughout the county. And the hope is that through Scór, and it's been working well, just the pandemic put a halt. It's been working really well to have people, the children interested, get a flavour of what Scór is, and then move on to Scór na Nóg as they maybe move to secondary school.
The natural progression, I suppose, from...
Yeah,
and give, and look at kids, it's a great chance to get exposure. Not everyone is talented on the field, and there's always... there's an avenue for everybody to get up there and show their talents.
There absolutely is. And there's plenty who are talented on the field who are also talented in Scór. So you will see the same faces on the field and in Scór, and it's a fantastic opportunity. And the county final of Scór na Páistí will be in the Downs Hall. That's where we hold it, because the Downs Hall is a good big, that's at the GA pitch there, good big halls. Big interest in Scór na Páistí, and our Scór na Nóg final indeed will be in the Downs Hall. And we're very grateful to all the clubs who host Scór competitions over the years. You'll always remember back to where your competition was held. So last night, for example, we were in Cool, and previous on the Friday night we were in Kilbeggan. So little tour of the county.
Tour of the county, exactly. But everyone, everyone gets involved and everyone gets a chance. And what that's done kind of on a regional, I don't mean regional, but within the county, you keep clubs.
More or less. We kind of go north and south. Now, for example, Ballinagore travelled to Cool because it suited the day, it suited them better. But, in the main, it was maybe north and south. But we don't stick to that. We just make the 2 venues available, either. Yeah,
and clubs
decide
where they want to go to then after that.
Yeah, and sometimes if you have a club who might have a ladies team and the GA football team, then they might split it, and one of them might go to one venue and one to the other, rather than compete against each other. And actually this weekend they all did compete against, they all travelled to the same venues. So yeah, it was... interesting.
So the local derbies and the rivalries are right there through the Scór as well as on the fields as well.
Plenty of that.
Look at all of you. You're an absolute mine of information. It's been brilliantly you're talking to you and getting the background on Scór. As I said, I've only briefly touched on it throughout my life. Never had the talent to go on stage. Wasn't smart enough for the question times either. So, I would have, followed it, but really from a distance as such. And to listen to you and the knowledge you have, your late father before you, so you're following in huge footsteps and you're a credit to the organisation. And thank you very much for joining us here tonight.
Thank you very much, Ray. Much appreciated. Although I'd say now you could dance a set. I really would. I could imagine you out dancing a set.
Olive, there isn't a stage that would hold me up. That's all I can say.